Greetings, everyone. What's going on? What's happening? How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in again to another Saturday Article Reactions. You don't know what you're going to get, except for some Kens and Karens. That's guaranteed. Hope your weekend is going well. I got the thumbnail talking about spring, even though in Chicago it doesn't feel like it, but you know, it's coming. It's coming around the corner, and people gonna be outside. I'm telling you, this is gonna be the first summer in a while where people are definitely unmasked, not afraid, and they're gonna be out there. They're gonna like, "Hey, girl, what you doing?" And then the girl gonna be, "You talking to me?" Knowing she hoped that he's talking to her. That's what's gonna be happening. I can see it now. And I got to get out there and get to walking myself. I've been tired of being all cooped in and masked up, but I'm still gonna have my mask. I'm wearing my mask until 2024. I've already decided, way before anyone said anything, and I just happen to have a person I know that works in the medical field that works under a head doctor, or maybe they call them surgeon, head surgeons. And he suggested 4 years for anything that comes around like this, any pandemic. So I'm like, oh, well, that settles for me, 2024. I was right. How you doing, Just DeAndre? Don Teasy. Took a nap and took it easy. And Sir Obadiah and Emmanuel. I'm gonna tell you about this song. It it has no name, but it has a name. Let me give you a little short history. It is actually Anita Baker. That's who you're hearing. The one and only Grammy. Let me see. Is she Grammy nominated or Granny winning? I think she's a Grammy winner. I believe so. Anita Baker, and someone made it for me and donated it to me in 20 when I started the channel. This one 2020, and I'm like, what for me? Oh, so it is an original. So they made it. So they did the mixing, the wiki. They did their own thing. So it technically doesn't have a name. Yeah, and it's by the artist known as Art New Style TV. Yes, this is his work. You didn't know he was an artist, did you? Well, you knew he was an artist, but you didn't know he was into music too. Oh yeah, he's creating stuff. He doesn't just crop Marvel characters out and you know put things on top of it. No, he's original, start to finish. The canvas is blank, and when he gets through with it, voila, beautiful art. Yes. Oh yes. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started without further ado. And every time I actually hear the song, I think about Keep the Beat, which will be coming up soon. It's that time of the year. We're going to do it spring to fall, so April to August, to make it real nice and simple, those 6 months. Plus, people going to be outside and got things to do. So, hey, I got to think about that as well. So, without further ado, everyone, you know what to do. Raise your hands in the air and raise them like you just don't care. Because we got a lovely lady. You know who she is. Everybody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stay down there, girl. Stay down there.
Woo-hoo.
I mean, I had an entrance, but then Shar just stole my thunder with that awesome rap, y'all. So, like, honestly, I can't. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. Shar wins. Okay, Shar won the entrance for Saturdays. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. How you doing, Shar? I'll just give up. I'm just regular schmegular person today. How you doing this lovely evening, Shar?
I am well. How are you?
I'm not too shabby, and it's amazing. Normally, right, I can talk about our midnight night at 7:40, but hey, it's late outside here. I don't know about y'all, but I still see a little daylight. So look
I
at
do too.
us,
Yeah.
right? We're no longer cast into perpetual darkness all the time. The wonderful seasons are just around the corner, so I'm looking forward to that most of all. I gotta say. I mean,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
like the sun personally, right? But it's nice to know that outside it's not dark. I don't know why that is because I hide from the sun. I don't like the sun, but I don't know. It just feels good in my soul to know, like, oh look, guys, it's not nighttime yet. I, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a thing. It's a thing.
I agree. I agree. Now that intro, um, you the one introduced me to Spice, so it was her intro,
Mhm.
and I wanted to let you know that, and the audience, that the dance hall artist Spice, she talks about her journey to greatness. If you didn't know, she was homeless at one time, and now she is a Grammy Award nominee. She is, and she's about to drop something new. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh. I'm very excited by that. Very, very excited.
So I wanted to give you that news. I'm like, I think she would like to know. Yeah, she would
Mhm.
like to know it.
Yeah. Spices, it's funny. A lot of people don't really know how the reggae or like dance hall industries are very different from, the, let's say, Western world music, right? So, like, for example, Western world, everything is copywritten and original, right? We know that. Like,
Hmm.
you can't use nobody's nothing. But the way dance hall is someone will come out with a rhythm, right? The background, beat and sounds and whatever. And then every artist will just use it, right? Like it's like a thing that everyone does. So like you're not even trying to like necessarily be original like that. And a lot of stuff, a lot of these artists are very low quality, very low budget. Even when we think they're popular over here in America, they didn't make a lot of money. And so a lot of these
Yeah.
artists are in the industry for decades before they really get, their kudos, their money, their flowers. So I'm very
Mm,
proud of Spice for persevering because I've loved her for decades, and now she's finally getting somewhere. But I'm like, I knew who she was 20 years ago.
that's wonderful.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then anyone who has a story that, was at one time homelessness, and
Hmm.
then, now they're making some money, they're entertaining and doing well, that's always a blessing. So I'm glad to hear that.
Very much.
Yeah. So today I like to go ahead and start off with a couple of, well, one giveaway and one half off. That's the best I could do today. Give you a little discount and give you a little free. And it's not going to be for everyone, but if you can order it, it's free. It's for ladies. I never heard that it's for men, but I don't know. Let me share the screen. Let's see. It is voice and bladder leaks. So for those that sneezes, might be sick or whatever, and sneeze, cough, and all that, and sometimes you just have a little leak or whatever, and hey, got some samples for you. So we got a couple of sample liners. Doesn't cost you anything, no postage and handling. I remember at one time in the late 80s, they used to charge you for the postage and handling. They're like, get a free sample, plus we need your postage and handling. But
Hmm.
now they're, saying, hey, you don't even need that. Just click the link, sign up, and send it to the home, the lady that you want to have it. So that's what I put in the chat room for you. This free sample of poise. And then the next thing I have, it is not free, but it is a discount. It is for not only a limited time, but it's also for certain areas. And I couldn't find specifically where. So I'm like, well, I'll just share it. You guys try it. If it works, then you know it's for your area. If it doesn't work, it's not for you. All right. So what this is, let me share the screen and put the code up here. This will be what I call half off. It is $10 off of $20. So half off, you can't beat that. That sounds pretty good, I would say. And this is for when you try the Amazon pickup. Now it's for a limited time, and I haven't even signed up myself. So I'm hoping after the stream, there's a spot left because they have so many thousands of discounts for people. So I'm going to put the link in the chat room for you. Pass to a friend, tell everybody, get in line, do what you can, get your discount right there. There you go. That's the discount. 10 off pickup. Okay, and let me read it right quick. For a limited time, you can get $10 off when you spend $20 or more and try an Amazon pickup point. Our pickup locations are convenient to the places you visit every day and will keep your packages safe and secure until you are ready to pick up. Plus, enjoy fast, free shipping as a Prime member. So, what do you know? If you're a Prime member, it's free for the delivery. All right, so that's for you guys. Hope it is available in your area. First come, first serve, and they have their availability. Let's see if I can. I know it ends on May 9th, so that's a long time, but the amount of, let's see if I find it, limited time. I thought I've seen it somewhere. I don't see it, but that you have until May 9th to use it. I wouldn't wait. If you find something you may have in your wish list, go ahead and use it. Go ahead and order. Get that out the way. Pass it to a friend. All
Mm.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the poise is going to be a hard sell, and the reason why is because I mean I think that when we're talking about adults, right? They
Hmm.
got to the point where if their wife or their long term girlfriend says, "Oh, baby, pick me up some Tampax at the store," they've got that part right.
Hmm.
I think women are okay asking, men are okay getting. I think that this is an area though, married or not, no matter how grown you're trying to be, it's not as open. It's not as open of a thing. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like,
Yeah.
but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe there's some guys y'all are more mature than me. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. But Shar, today I have a theme, and so
Oh.
yes, my theme is caping and capping for the palm colored people. That is my theme today.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so today, all of my news stories today that we will be covering are caping and capping for the palm colored people. And we will be able to see examples of exactly how and why they cape for one another, treat us slightly differently. um,
Mm, yeah.
yeah, and it is slightly differently, slightly differently. Now, first of all, this whole entire story is just cap. It's amazingly capped. Like this makes no sense at all, right? But
Uh-oh.
all of the names in the story are protected. All of the names.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm ready for it.
All of the names. Okay. Now, yes, 8 of the names are children under the age of 8, or 7 of the names are children under the age of 8. But then there's a bunch of adults who are part of this too, and we don't know who any of them are. But let's take a listen to what I mean when I say everything about this is cap. Okay.
Adults at that home tell police they were just making a quick trip to the corner store. When they returned, they found 4 children unresponsive inside that apartment home and an empty pill bottle nearby. Hopewell police rope off this house on South 16th Ave. An overdose investigation underway. Four children, ages 1, 2, 3, and 4, found unresponsive. Three other children, two age 6 and another age 7, found showing signs of sleepiness.
They were left unsupervised for a short period of time, and one of the kids that has a prescription medication got into his prescription medication and shared it with the other children.
I want you to listen to what they are asserting happened. Okay? So there are 7 children, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, and 7. Those are their ages. Okay. One of the children, apparently the 7-year-old, has sleeping pills. And so when these children were left alone in the house, because the woman who was supposed to be babysitting her kids and someone else's kids went to the corner store, the 7-year-old said, I know what I want to do. I want us all to take my sleeping pills, got into his sleeping pills, and then handed them out, not just to the 6-year-olds, right? And the 5-year-old, 4-year-old. No, also to the 1-year-old, got the 1-year-old to take the sleeping pills, right? And the 2-year-old to take the sleeping pills. And just handed them all out. And they just quickly went to the corner store and back. And in that time, when they got back quickly, oh my God, they got into the sleeping pills. We had no idea. What? Oh my God, he must have handed out his sleeping pills. That's what they're saying happened.
Yeah, right.
Right. That the 7-year-old found out a way to feed a big sleeping pill, right, to a 1-year-old effectively.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep listening.
Here.
Investigators believe the 7-year-old child gave the children his sleeping pills. They say the pill bottle did not have a label on it. After questioning the 7-year-old and consulting with doctors at John Randolph Medical Center, they were able to determine that sleeping pills are the focal point.
I don't know the details of their treatment, but it sounds like some of them are being transported to other hospitals for further treatment.
I'm sorry.
Remember, they said after questioning the child, they were able to figure out that sleeping pills were the focal point. But notice they didn't say they were. The kid said he gave out his pills.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say that they were his pills. They just were able to say that sleeping pills were the focal point. So where do you think they're getting the information from that these pills with no label on them are a 7-year-old's, first of all? And then second of all, that the 7-year-old got into his pills with the child-proof, tamper-proof lids and then gave them out to everyone. Where do you think they're getting that information from? You think it's really from the 7-year-old?
No.
Right. Okay. So now let's listen to this neighbor, because she's not the mother. But again, if you wonder why I know for sure that these folks is all palm colored, okay, let's just.
It's very emotional.
Holding back tears, Melissa Baldwin says what played out next door to her mother's house is difficult to comprehend.
As soon as we pulled around the corner, all I could see was police everywhere, and I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And, we didn't see him taking anybody in ambulances or anything. We missed that part, fortunately, but a close neighbor that lives on the corner basically was telling us how even the police officers were helping, bringing out the children and running them to the ambulances and such.
Hopewell police are in the early stages of what could be a complicated and lengthy investigation. There are two things they hope to accomplish sooner rather than later.
Find out who we can hold accountable and basically get these kids in a safe environment. That's our number one goal. And I'm told Child Protective Services are involved. Crime Insider sources tell me there were less than desirable living conditions inside that Hopewell apartment home. Hopewell PD did execute a search warrant. We hope to find out more details about what they found sometime tomorrow morning.
Right. So we're trying to say, right, that when Saisha, the black woman from American Idol, who has a key to the city for all of the good work she's doing, right? When she brings her child into the hospital because he's a little dehydrated, switching from the breast to the bottle, right? She's her kid. They snatch her kid up. They accuse her automatically of the worst possible case scenario, right? But when these fools, right, clearly drug these kids, four of which are their kids, and then three of which are not their kids. There's another woman brings her kids over to be babysat, right? So when they drug seven children, so they can go about their business for the day and keep them sleeping over there in the corner, right? Probably because they're on drugs themselves or whatever, because they just said not really great conditions inside of this place. um yeah, no, they get the benefit of the doubt. It was a 7-year-old. The 7-year-old really has sleeping pills because that's what doctors do. They prescribe, hey, like, they prescribe literally going to kill small children, sleeping pills for small children, and then they allow it to be in bottles that children can get into, and then they allow it, to be with bottles that have no labels on them, right? So what? It's just such an old bottle of sleeping pills. So what they gave the kid when he was maybe 5 sleeping pills? Like, this makes no sense at all. And those kids, they're not charged with no crime at all. They didn't lose no kids. There's nothing. Right now, child welfare has to be part of it because there are 4 children under the age of 4 who are in critical condition still in the hospital, and they have no idea if they're going to recover, right? But yeah, there's no criminal charges because it's the 7-year-old's fault. The 7-year-old gave out the pills. Now you would wonder to yourself, well, they left a bunch of kids under the age of 8 alone. That should be a problem, right? Well, what happens is they changed their story. So originally, it was both the man and the woman left to go to the corner store. But then it was no, the man was at the house still. And she had told him that she was going to the corner store, but maybe she wasn't clear that he had to actually watch the children in her absence. So they're still somehow innocent. Like, that's literally what's happening.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Caping and capping for the palm people. All right.
Yep, I agree with you. That is definitely what's happening here. When you don't get any names, you get a whole lot of investigation being done, being made. We're speaking with people. No further details. Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you
All
got
right.
it. Well, I mentioned to you guys last week that Willie Williams had gave Wilson, sorry, Willie Wilson had gave $500,000 worth of gas away, and you seen the traffic. It was something else. And he mentioned that, hey, I'm gonna this time I'm gonna do $1 million. And I told you, I don't know, I can't confirm, but that's what I heard. Well, I can confirm it that this past Thursday, yes, he gave away $1 million in gas. He chose a lot of places in the city and even the suburbs. And because the suburbs, places in the suburbs just wasn't feeling it, they didn't want to cooperate. They said, you know what? We don't want to deal with this. This is too much. We don't want to deal with this. So they said, no, take us off your list. We don't want to be a part of it. I'm like, that's interesting. And I'm going to dig into that a little bit because I want to know why. I'm a why kind of girl. I have questions. I have questions. I can't help it. So I'm going to share with you the story. Willie, keep saying the wrong name, Willie Wilson. I'm going to let him speak, and I think this next clip he's going to speak and say, "Hey, I wanted to give to the people. I said I was going to do it. I want to do it again, and I might even do it again." So we're not even. He may not be even done, everyone. He may not be done. So let me play that for you, and here it goes. That this is his sense of community. What are you talking about? You're going to look into it. You know how we do it in the city here. Stop playing, lady. Stop playing. You know how it's done. So it was a couple of hiccups, but it was a success overall.
Mm-hmm.
He chose 50 gas stations. A couple of them pulled out. They like, no, we don't want that traffic. We don't want all of that. But it was wonderful. I've heard good things, and he even mentioned Depends on what's going on. He may do it again. Oh yeah,
Mm.
he may do it again. He might just do it now. Um, I enjoyed, last week reporting the gentleman that was in a church, and he gave how did he put it? Oh, gas for God. Yeah, that's what he called his drive for his church, and I thought that was wonderful. And he gave a praise, and let's just bow our heads and ourselves, and just give a little short, just a little small interlude, if we will. Yeah, just small. Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
Wonderful. Just helping the people out. That was beautiful. Yes. Yes.
Listen, I already said this. I think I said this a couple of years ago. But I said, listen, I ain't feeling sorry for any Americans and y'all's gas prices because, first of all, I blame America for why my gas prices went up. And my gas prices went up like 20 years ago. And so at the end of the day, my gas prices were always more expensive than America's. They still are. And so until y'all prices at least are matching ours, I don't feel sorry for y'all. Give us the
Oh.
free gas. Give us the break. We deserve the break because it was America's war that made us poor every time we have to fill up our tanks. Okay? Sorry. No sympathy for y'all. None. None.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. That's right. Yup. Yup.
Darn.
Okay, y'all. So on our next segment of caping and capping for the Palm people, we have an interesting case of caping and capping because normally we all know, okay, the white
Mhm.
woman is God. Let's be real. That's really what it is, right? And on
Mhm.
this continent, it's that innocent virginal white woman. She is the thing that is the most protected. If you're gonna get yourself into some kind of trouble, it's gonna be most likely over messing with one of them. So I think it's interesting that they are caping and capping, even though that are those are the people that they should be protecting, right? In this case. Now, I'll tell
Hmm.
y'all the problem. The problem came in when two girls, a 14-year-old girl and a 13-year-old girl, went missing. Okay, these are unrelated women. They are young women. They don't know each other. They turned up dead on some trail. Okay. And then after investigation, they determined that the thing that these two women have in common was that they both spoke to this one profile online. Now, they
Mm.
determined that the profile was a catfishing profile because the person in it is a known male model, like the pictures, right? And he's not modeling anymore, and he's actually a cop in Alaska now. So they know it
Oh.
wasn't him. No, it wasn't him. And so first they had to try to find the person using the profile. So I'm gonna first show y'all. This is the Indiana State Police addressing the public and addressing this, and then I'm gonna tell you how this is unfolded. Let's take a look here.
Okay.
My name is Sergeant Jeremy Pierce, the Public Information Officer with Indiana State Police out of Lafayette Post. While investigating the murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German, detectives with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office and the Indiana State Police have uncovered an online profile named Anthony Schatz. This profile was being used from 2016 to 2017 on social media applications, including but not limited to Snapchat and Instagram. The fictitious Anthony Schatz profile used images of a known male model and portrayed himself as being extremely wealthy and owning numerous sports cars. The creator of the fictitious profile used this information while communicating with juvenile females to solicit nude images, obtain their address, and attempt to meet with them. Pictured on your screen, you'll see images of the known male model and images of the fictitious profile sent to the underage females. We have already identified the male in these images that were used by Anthony Schatz. The male in the photo is not the person of interest in the investigation. Detectives are seeking information about the person who created the Anthony Schatz profile. Investigators would like any individual who communicated, met, or attempted to meet the Anthony Schatz profile to contact law enforcement by utilizing the tip email, Abby and Libby Tip at cacoshrf.com. Please provide as much information as you possibly can. For example, when you communicated with Anthony Schatz, how you communicated with the profile, what social media applications the account used, and if Anthony Schatz attempted to meet you or obtain your address. If you have saved images or conversations with Anthony Schott's profile, please attach them to your email. Again, if you have any information, please contact law enforcement by utilizing the tip email, Abby and Libby tip.
And so, as I said, right, these are two young women. Look, they're very young, right? And these are the women, the young girls who went missing, right? And then were found dead. Now, this is 5 years ongoing, Sharp. 5 years.
Wow. All this looking for an avatar. Wow.
Right now, information has come out. Information has come out that, they know now who the user of that catfishing profile is. They know who the user is. He is in prison, but not for the murders. In fact, if anything, it seems like they have no intentions of charging him for the murders. Yes. Let's take a look at that part now.
Esther, thank you. We return to that shocking discovery obtained by I-teammates surrounding the Delphi murders. It's a story we first brought you yesterday on WishTV.com.
It involves new evidence police might have in the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German. I-teammate Demi Johnson broke that story for us. And Demi, you talked to a former FBI agent today?
Yeah, and that retired agent is helping us understand some of the tactics used in the interview transcript we first showed you yesterday. It's 194 pages long and goes word by word through an interview with Kagan Klein, an Indiana State Police detective and a sheriff's deputy. Again, Klein is the man in jail accused of creating a fake social media.
Okay. 194 pages. This was done over a year ago. The reason why this was ever released is because bloggers, right? Grassroots media like ourselves got their hands on it and put it out there. Not because the police freely released it, not because they were concerned in forwarding the investigation. No, it's because some grassroots media like ourselves who want to do follow-ups on cases and interview and try to get to the bottom of the truth themselves got the information and then released it. Okay, so that's what they're referring to. Now, this winner right here is Anthony Schatz. Okay, and Anthony Schatz, for the record, admits to being Anthony Schatz. Like this dude says, no, yeah, I created that profile. Yeah, I talked to the girls. Yeah, I solicited the news. Yeah, I did all of that. Right, but I never met them in real life. Okay, let's keep listening.
Account to get sexual pictures and videos of underage girls. That's the same account state police are investigating in Abby and Libby's murders. As we first told you yesterday, the interview includes Klein admitting he communicated with Libby. Klein and state police also talked about a polygraph test that Klein says he failed. Retired FBI special agent in charge Michael Tabman tells me he isn't sure this interview will do much for the investigation.
Remember, so not sure the interview is going to do much for the investigation. He admits to having spoken to both of the women, admits to speaking to one of the women the same night that she died, admits that the messages that said, we're arranging to meet each other on some bridge. I can't remember exactly where it was, but arranging to meet on the day that she died. That was all him, but he never actually met up with her. This has nothing to do with him. Okay. Then he took a polygraph and he failed the polygraph. But this interview, 194 pages of it and all these admissions, right? Not going to do much to further the case. Okay. I don't know. I just know a lot of innocent black folk that went to prison on a lot less evidence. But okay, let's keep listening.
Okay.
It is good to know when someone's lying. But in this case, it didn't seem to have any impact on the suspect. And I honestly didn't went anywhere. And I don't know where you'd go from here in terms of an interview, in that you've already kind of shown your hand, unless you really do develop some new evidence.
When you saw the transcript, when you read the transcript, did you think that they were interviewing a suspect, or do you think they were just fishing?
A little of both. This guy clearly is a suspect. No matter what, even if we can't find anything, the fact that he was communicating with this victim under indecent and illegal reasons, and then next thing, this person is dead, certainly makes him a suspect. But this interview looked to me a little bit like a Hail Mary. Let's just go out there, see if we can't pressure him into it. and keep pointing out that we know he's lying.
Tabman says it's also important to note he doesn't know every detail the Delphi investigative team knows. He says he's sharing observation based on his time and experience in the FBI. The interview also gives the first public indication that police believe 2 people used the Anthony Shots account. Tabman says the interview is clear. Police are looking for someone else who used the account. He says now that the transcript is out, that other person.
Okay, let's go back to that because I didn't explain that. So that picture right there, this is the only evidence that they have of somebody, an unknown person, leaving the scene of the crime, in essence, right?
Okay.
And so then the speculation is, well, is this Anthony, or is this a co-conspirator? Because based on linguistic analysis, right, analyzing just the way that you use language, everyone speaks a little differently and whatever, that it's possible 2 different people were using this one account, which would make them co-conspirators, right?
Okay.
So then it comes down to, okay, well, either Buddy did it, or his co-conspirator did it, or they both did together, right?
Right.
But this interview happened well over a year ago. Where's the pressure? Where is the saying, hey, listen, it had to be one of y'all. So where's his name? We need his name, right? Oh, no, none of that? No, we're just going to, well, someone else must have used the account. That's what they're saying. Well, someone else. I think someone else used it. Like it had nothing to do with this guy, right? Like 2 people just randomly use the same social media account all the time, right? Just random. I don't know you, but we're using the same social media account. What? Okay, yeah, let's finish it off.
Transcript is out. That other person likely knows, and investigators need a new plan of action. We want to be clear, Klein has not been charged in Abby and Libby's murders. In fact, no one has been arrested in the case. Demi Johnson, WishTV.com, and follow us on Facebook.
I bought my van.
5 years. 5 years. They know who did it. They literally have 200 pages of interview with the guy who did it. Him and the only person they don't have is the name of the co-conspirator. But they know there's a co-conspirator, right? Okay. But you know what? No, we're not going to push that angle at all. Again, caping and capping for the palm-colored people. Because we have all seen, right? Black folks go to prison for life on not even half of the evidence they have against this guy. But we don't have any proof. We'll put him into prison for the indecent pictures and child porn, basically, is what they put him into prison for, right? And again, those are pending charges. He hasn't actually been convicted yet. And then that's it. And we need a new strategy. Yeah, ask Buddy who his co-conspirator was, because it seems like that wasn't part of the plan. It's really like even the FBI is saying, I don't know, it seems like a Hail Mary to me. Really? Okay, I see.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad and sick and upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Our next story. Let's see. I lost it. Where are you? Okay, here you are. Let me copy. Open up another window, and go to. Let me see. I lost it that quickly. Where are you? Am I sharing? Yes, I am sharing. Okay. All right. Just wanted to be sure. Now, if I had to guess, I would think that the cabs, because it seems to me I don't see as many cabs as I once have, but according to this article, and this is New York too, so I must, I'm not in New York, so I got to think about that. But it says, once unthinkable, Uber will list New York City taxi cabs on its app. So if you check out the Uber app, a cab could be nearby and you could take it. I think there's some pushback on this, but I don't know. I will read it and let's see. It says Uber hit by driver shortages and a surge in food delivery requests during the pandemic will list New York City cab on its app. A partnership that until recently would have been seen unthinkable, with both camps fighting for the same customer, ferociously fighting for that same customer, I may add. After a period in which waits for an Uber ride grew longer and longer due to the driver shortage, the partnership will boost the numbers of rides available, and it gives New York City cab drivers access to a massive pool of commuters. There have been hints, tensions, yeah, I knew it, under between Uber and the taxi services, and they began to thaw as Uber expanded aggressively into a lucrative food delivery business and needed a growing supply of delivery drivers. During the pandemic, Uber deliveries outpaced riders, given to human as millions of sheltered, I read that wrong, humans as millions sheltered at home. Gross bookings for delivery services at Uber reached $13.4 billion in the final quarter of 2021. Wow. That's compared with 11.3 billion in gross bookings for Uber rides. Okay. All right. The agreed announced Thursday that the city have moved to regulate the explosive growth of Uber and other app-based ride services, including New York City, which placed a temporary cap on new licenses for ride-hailing services in 2018. The New York City Workers Alliance, a group that represents the taxi drivers, have been critical of, of Uber and other ride-hailing apps, said it has pushed for negotiations. After its business model have shown the failures to protect drivers from ridership downturns and rising gas prices, Uber is returning to its roots, yellow cabs. The New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission said Thursday that it's always interested in tools that can provide more economic opportunities for drivers. Okay, I don't see anything on here about except for they just that was pretty much it. They don't like this. I'm trying to figure out how is this going to really work because of the gas prices. I know these people are not getting their tips. Yeah, you put them in a pool, but these people are not going to get the tips. They're probably not going that far, and the people are not going to be too happy about this. So I want to follow up. If I see it, I'm not going to really search a lot for. I know it's going to come up in my feed because sharing an app, mm-mm. Everyone would prefer a Uber because the taxi is more, and the people are a little bit more aggressive too when it comes down to the taxi cab. So I'm just wondering, how is this going to work out? And I will know when I know, and I will definitely tell you all. I don't see this working out too well. There'll be another story soon. It will be.
I think it's the same thing, honestly. I think the thing that, like, for example, so the difference between my generation and people who are about 5, 10 years younger, say my sister, right? Because we're 10 years apart. So when Uber came out, I didn't trust it because I didn't want people being able to stalk me around the world and always know where I am. I
Okay.
felt very uncomfortable with that idea. She felt safer knowing that she was being stalked wherever she was going, right? So and it took me a while to get to that place where it's like, yeah, well, if I get into some random yellow cab and now I can't open the doors from the inside, he wants to take me to some random safe park, kill me and whatever. There's nothing I could do about it. But if I got into an Uber, I'm being tracked, right? My phone is being tracked, his phone is being tracked. And
Mm,
I was like, okay, that's safer. And I think that's really what brought people over to using Uber in mass, at least here, right? I mean, I can't speak to the prices anywhere else. I'm just saying here, it was more expensive, honestly, to take an Uber than it was to take a cab. But when I was thinking about some of those factors, the fact that I could call and then from the safety of inside of my house, they let me know it's there. I know exactly what I'm looking for. I know exactly
mhm.
who's going to be in the car and all that stuff. It just made me feel better. And of course, the cabs were very bitter about this because it took, money away from them. So
Right.
I think really all that they're going to do is they're just becoming Uber drivers. Like that's in essence what it is. Instead of them saying, no, we'll never be part of Uber. Never, never. They're all just becoming Uber drivers. That's all it is. And it's just going to be like a class, like how in Uber you have like the XL and then you have the this mode and you have the that mode. Cabby is just going to be another mode in the Uber app. And you pay certain different premiums depending on which one it was. That's what the yellow cabs are going to be. They're just going to be another one of those. And people are done being stubborn and petty over it because honestly, they can't pay their bills. That's what it is. So I think it's gonna work out. I don't know. I see it working out fine.
I see them boxing in the street. That's what I see. Some cab drivers trying to feed themselves. They have already been complaining because I've always seen articles about New York City and cab drivers. I mean, they even created shows about it. So I don't know, but we'll see.
Hey, listen. You know what? I am always up for a friendly bet and follow up. So let's do that.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So now for my final caping and capping for the palm colored people of today, I actually going to say I agree. I agree with what they are doing in this story as far as protecting, a certain demographic of the palm colored children. However, right, I'm calling for equality. That's what it is. Because I find it absolutely fascinating how I know the name of every black child who's ever done anything wrong, and their face and all of that, no matter how young they were. But yet, when we talking about the other demographics, like the palm colored children, all of a sudden, right, you can't get a name in edgewise, no matter how badly that child has behaved, no matter how dangerous they would be for public safety or anything. So let's listen to this story. And boy, y'all get ready, because I don't know. This is interesting.
The elementary school student accused of attacking a teacher likely will not face charges because he's too young in the eyes of the law. Local 10's Ian Margol is live. He's in Pembroke.
Yes, they said 5-year-old, okay, but this is Florida. And in Florida, there is no age limit. There's no legal age limit. You could arrest a 3-year-old if you want. You could put cuffs on them. You could charge them. There is no age limit in Florida, okay, just so we're all clear. Okay.
Oh.
I know. I found that out today.
Pines now with this update. And Ian, this little boy is only, 5 years old?
5 years old, and that is why he likely will not face charges. The law basically saying he isn't old enough to know right from wrong at this point. And today we also learned this teacher has some pretty serious injuries and actually needs surgery. And it's possible this student has actually hurt this teacher more than once. This all happened on Wednesday in a class for students with special needs at Pines Lakes Elementary in Pembroke Pines. Apparently, 2 students, a 4- and a 5-year-old, began throwing things around the classroom and flipping chairs. The 5-year-old, who everyone has been talking about at the center of this, was brought to another room to help calm him down, but apparently he lunged at the teacher when she was...
Hold on now. I got to point this out. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but they keep showing, this is the second time they've shown that exact same scene with these kids walking down the hallway. You know why? Because there's one black child in this whole entire school, and they keep featuring this one black blurred out child. So you could try to associate in your mind, oh, 5-year-olds can't be violent. Oh, a black boy? Oh, yeah, probably. Right? Because that's what they're doing. Because it is so disingenuous that they are showing this one kid, and they showed that scene over again. Like, really? Y'all don't have any more B footage than that for this 2-minute clip? Really? Oh, I'm sure it wasn't on purpose. I'm sure. Okay.
Wasn't expecting it. When
Look,
first
black
responders
kid.
got there, she had fallen backwards, smacked her head. The 13-year veteran teacher was unresponsive for those first responders. She was rushed to the hospital. We're told she suffered a pretty major concussion along with several other major injuries. And Anna Fusco, the president of the Broward Teachers Union, says this is actually the 3rd time this teacher has had to be taken from the school by fire rescue because of injuries from this student. And that she's actually asked the school district for help in the classroom more than once, but has been told the district doesn't have the resources.
Enough with the excuses, and do it for the good of the student, which in turns for the good of the whole class and is for the good of the employee. That mother has a right to go home to her child without being injured to take care of her child. and not be choked out, a bookshelf thrown on her, and now this concussion, everything else. It's not okay.
So the good news is that teacher is back home, but again, her injury's pretty serious and she still does need that surgery. Again, this 5-year-old likely will not face charges, but again, this is all still under investigation and police say anything could change. Live in Pembroke Pines, I'm Ian Margol, Local 10 News.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all some of the issues I have with this. First of all, this 5-year-old has attacked particular 5-year-old has attacked that particular teacher to serious needing hospitalization and doctor treatment level multiple times. This is at least the third time. And nothing is being done about it right now. Do I think that we should criminalize children? No, I don't. They have no problem criminalizing our children, right? But I don't think they should do that either. And I don't think that the answer is to criminalize their children. No. What I think is, no, we should not criminalize children. However, we have to look at these situations like this. A 5-year-old who's probably big for their age, if they can seriously hurt an adult this way, you know what I mean? These children who seem to have all the power and control in every relationship that they have because people are afraid of going to prison for child abuse, right? So they don't want to do anything. And you've got this teacher who obviously really cares about student welfare and whatnot, because I don't know a lot of people who could be getting beat down by a 5-year-old and they don't take that kid and fling them against the wall to stun them, right? It's something. You're gonna stop hitting me now. So this kid obviously has problems. They've got anger management issues. They've got maybe opposition defiance disorder. Then maybe they're being abused and that's why they're acting out this way. I don't know. Maybe they're seeing abuse in the home, right? But what I do know is something should be done to help the kid, social workers and da-da-da-da-da. And of course, they didn't do any of that, which tells us that these are palm-colored children. Because if it's our children, all our children have to do is sneeze funny and someone's going to call social workers on them, right? But this kid can just beat the hell out of adults multiple times over and over and over, get them hospitalized, and no one calls the social workers. And no one's pressing charges. No one's making any type of threats. Oh, he's just a kid. He didn't know what he did wrong. But when it's our kids, they always know what they did wrong. And they're not kids. They're basically grown at like 3, right? So, I mean, yeah, again, you see the special privilege all the time. And of course, no names for the teacher, no names for the children. So what do you want to bet? Both of these people are from the palm-colored demographic.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you.
Exactly.
Okay. With this story, because there's a lot of talk about men wanting younger women, and because this is a case of a young lady being 18 years old and the man being 39, I thought this was a great idea to share the story. It ended bad. I really hate to report on it, but because of the circumstances with the age, I wanted to. So here goes. Cleveland man accused of killing teen girlfriend, leaving her body on his balcony for months until eviction. Beanie Washington, 39 years old, is facing charges of aggravated murder and gross abuse of a corpse in the death of Adriana Burns. Mm-mm-mm. An Ohio man is accused of killing his teenage girlfriend and leaving her body on the balcony of his apartment. Beanie Washington, 39, is facing charges of aggravated murder and gross abuse of a corpse in the death of 18-year-old Adriana Burns, who was reported missing on July 30th. A house cleaner discovered her remains on March 17th on the top floor balcony of Washington's former apartment. Washington was evicted from the apartment March 11th. Barnes' body was covered with clothes and blankets, according to the probable cause affidavit obtained by People. She had been shot in the head. Detectives have also found shell casings near Barnes' body and an apparent defect of an interior wall of the apartment, the affidavit states. Barnes visited the U.S. Army recruiting office the same day she disappeared. Police said several complaints were filed about the abusive and erratic public behavior of Washington before his arrest, according to the affidavit. Officers were led on a foot pursuit with Washington the day before his arrest, at which time he was alleged to have entered a stranger's home during a foot chase and eventually jumping out of a window. Washington was arraigned on Tuesday, but it is unclear if he entered a plea. He is being held on a $2 million bond. There's no other information on this. I think this is just horrific. You hear about, and that's why I mentioned it. You hear in the YouTube streets about the younger woman, she's more viable and all these different things. They're deserved. Yes, she's an adult, 18, yes. But I ask, what is it, that could be offered this 18-year-old to this 39-year-old man? And this man has some issues. There's no picture of him. I would wish it was a picture, but there is none. He's been seen being, acting up in the street or in public, I would say. And just because he can lure a younger lady doesn't mean he has any good intentions. Shot the woman. Not just, this ain't gonna work. I don't, I want you to stay home. I thought I can train you or whatever it is. But no, this man murdered the woman and just left her there on the balcony and just moved on. And he didn't have any. Well, the fact he was evicted, then more than likely, he wasn't doing well. But that's something. I don't know. I don't feel good about that. I really hate that story.
That's terrible.
It's just awful.
I think, what we have to realize, right, is that there's a difference between people who just so happen to meet each other and just so happen to have an age difference, right? And then people who intentionally, right, seek out young, vulnerable minds. Because let's be real. I'm gonna keep it a buck here. All men generally want to feel respected. They all want to feel like men. They all want to feel powerful. They all want to feel the same things, right? But there are men out there who honestly, they know that, they're not together enough as people, or that they feel very weak and insecure and whatever. So they have to have someone out there who's not in their age category, right? They have to have that much, much younger person, so they have someone to take advantage of or to beat up on, in essence, when life is beating up on them. And we have to realize that there is a difference, and we have to look for signs, especially if you know young women and you're around young women, you have young women in your family, you have to look for signs. Like, is this young woman that is she trying to grow up too fast? Is she very insecure? Stuff like that. We got to look for these signs, because unfortunately, I'm going to bet any money, Buddy, who walked into that relationship, and the woman who walked into that relationship, neither of them thought it was going to end this way. He didn't think he was going to kill her, right? He didn't realize. Most of them don't. Most of them are they're broken psychologically, right? They don't realize where it's leading to. They're in denial. And the young women are in denial too, because they're in love.
Yeah.
So it's going to take outside forces like us calling it out, standing up, pointing things out, holding people accountable if we want to change these things.
I agree. I do.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I just, unfortunately, I wanted to go ahead and report that. But we're going to go ahead and try to liven things up with the Kens and Karens. You know how that can go. We get a good laugh. So I'm like Birdman. I'm rubbing my hands together. I'm ready for it. So we're going to check out what Karen got to say. She always in somebody's face. Karen, what you say?
Feet away, coronavirus. You are Karen.
Girl,
Back up.
no lie today, when I opened up all of a bunch of public freakouts and stuff that are newly posted, that one was reposted. That exact one was reposted. I'm like, oh my god.
She's still talking. Need to back up.
Yeah. All right. So I think, I think what we're going to start off with, what I'd like to start off with is kind of like a news story of Karen. Because and the reason why, right, is because this one, with all of the surroundingness of it, of the news story, is just, it's priceless enough that we want to see all of it. I've decided. So we're gonna watch this news story of a Karen. Now here's the thing. Karen sometimes has a productive job. She does. Yeah. In this case, Karen's a pilot. Karen's having a bad day though. Karen's having a rough life. And I don't want to, I'm not going to ruin anymore. Let's just watch Karen have a rough life as a pilot. This is Karen, by the way, the pilot Karen. She's not dressed as a pilot. She showed up in her civvies. And this is her talking to the other people on the plane. Let's see how this unfolded.
Okay.
Feel safe, get off the airplane.
This is your captain speaking, but never like this.
I'll stop and we'll fly the airplane. Don't worry, I'm going to let my co-pilot fly it. He's a man. Okay?
It's a total meltdown. The pilot boarded in her street clothes and addressed the passengers over the intercom. Passenger Pam O'Neill couldn't believe what was happening.
She said, let's take a vote. How many of you would like to take off now with me dressed as I am, or would you prefer that I take 10 minutes to get changed into my cute little uniform? Then she started talking about her divorce and political candidates. And the minute she mentioned that, a gentleman stood up and just yelled, "Whoa, enough, you're scaring me."
Another passenger, Randy Reese, got up to leave and gave a running commentary on social media. "I'm shaking right now." The captain demonstrated that she was not mentally in a safe space. She says, "Sorry, I'm going through a divorce." The pilot also...
Imagine your pilot shows up. First of all, they're not wearing what a pilot wears, right?
Right.
That's problem number one. She's wearing a hat, like she's just going to the grocery store today. Then, in all of her psychosis of Karen's problems are more important than everything in life, she goes on this tangent, right? Like on the intercom, they're watching her. You don't feel safe, you can get off. And listen, I'm going through divorce, so girl, you ain't flying a plane I'm on. Are you out of your ever-loving mind? No. I'm with Buddy right there. I'd be following him if I was already off the plane. Okay. Keep watching. Like, what? Why does Karen think everywhere is her stage, right? She really does. She thinks everywhere is her stage. It's amazing.
Insulted a mixed-race couple on board.
Did I offend you? Okay, so did I purposely offend you? I did. The answer is yes.
The more she tried to convince everyone she was okay to fly, the more people got off.
Anthony Roman is a retired pilot.
Everything went wrong on the flight.
Yeah.
The captain clearly was in an emotional state and was having a breakdown. The right thing to do, you don't feel safe on an aircraft, is to take matters into your own hand and get up and leave the aircraft.
After 20 passengers insisted on getting off the United Airlines flight, the pilot quietly left the aircraft.
Okay, if you don't feel safe, get off the airplane.
The United Airlines flight from Austin to San Francisco was delayed about 2 hours until another pilot took over. As for the original pilot you saw there, the airline says she has been removed from her duties pending an investigation.
Right. So what they mean...
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say what they mean by that is paid leave, right? We all know that's what happened. But sorry, continue. What were you saying, Char?
Right. I was going to say, she was dealing with something and she needs some time off. That's just it. This called life, and Karen, she had a life, as you said, you got some professional Karens. Hey, you got a life and you just need to call in sick that day, because that headspace she was in, she could just say, forget this. I'm taking everyone out.
Right. Like in my head, Char, the whole time, I was like, her theme music should be that song from, I think it's American Idol. It's like, "Cause you had a bad day." Like that's what her theme song would say.
Okay. Dang.
This is not your day, girl. You should not have come to work. You knew you were not emotionally stable enough as it was, and then something went wrong. I don't know what the something was. Maybe you were meeting for divorce settlements or so. I don't know. But all I know is when you see a Karen and life went bad and she's in charge of your life like that, yeah, you need to get off that plane, you need to ask for another doctor, whatever it is, because it's not going to go well. It's not.
Run.
Right? Like she literally tapped those people and said, "Did I offend you? Yeah, but was it on purpose?" The answer is yes. What? Really trying to get fired? Like it really felt like she was trying to get fired at that point. I don't know. Okay. So let's take a look at Popeye's Ken. That's what I got for you. Popeye's Ken.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Now, I'm sorry, refund my bill. You want to talk to your boss? No. You want to talk to her for her calling me a fucking cracker? And what was you doing? I called her a fucking nigger after she called me a cracker. You have a nice day. Call the cops. Call the cops. And you think I won't?
Leonard, is that you?
Right? Sure. I was just gonna say, okay, let's rewind. Y'all decide. Leonard, if it's you, you let us know. I kind of feel like if it's not you, it's your brother, right? But if it is you, much love for that answer. Wait, you think I won't? Like he ought to turn his back because he's trying to be the consummate professional. But once he got past his camera, he was laughing over there. You think I won't? Was it a dare? Call the cops. Call the cops. Like, why did they do that? Like, you won't call the cops on them. Really? Okay. Anyway, let's keep watching.
I won't. Y'all, all you niggers think this is fucking acceptable? Huh? You fucking nigger! What's that? You like I said, you're entitled to your own.
Damn.
You can call it what you want to call it.
He can't call me that. He a cracker. Fuck him. He can suck a dick. Just like I told him.
You're not helping.
You can suck a dick. 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 You can suck a dick.
Put me on
You can suck a dick,
I
cracker.
bet you.
You can suck a dick, cracker.
I bet you I'll beat the fuck out
You
of
can suck a dick, cracker.
Your fucking parents
You
raised
can
you
suck
like
a
fucking
dick, cracker. And look at what you're acting like, cracker.
Bitch,
Cracker.
you fucking ignorant piece of shit. Huh? Where's your fucking 7 acres and a mule, bitch? What you mad? You ain't getting it?
Damn.
Got it.
Yeah.
But how do you know about 7 acres and a mule? Has he been paying attention in civics class? Hold on. How he know? How you know about those 7 acres and a mule, sir? Right? He's trying to pretend his family actually ever owned anything. His family didn't own nobody. Come on. You look at him. He doesn't descend from generational wealth. Come on. Okay. Good.
Fat ass cracker. Fat ass. Your chicken getting cold, fat boy. Your chicken getting cold. Your chicken getting cold, fat boy.
No, he didn't do that hand motion.
He did.
Off to the game.
You know what's interesting is I always thought it was stupid that all we had was cracker. I'm gonna be real. I always thought it was stupid all we had was cracker. Like cracker's not an insult, but apparently it is. Apparently it's really starting to get under some skin because boy, he was hurt by cracker. Ooh. Yeah, like, I don't know what he hears when you say cracker. He hears something else. Right? He hears redneck loser that you are. That's what he must have heard. Because I don't know. Like I really feel like that was a severe overreaction. Now I don't know. Maybe he did get called cracker first, but if he did, I really feel like that was a severe overreaction. He just needed an excuse. Sometimes people are looking for excuses.
They be ready.
Always try to find an excuse so that way they have an excuse to say the N-word. I don't know why they really like saying it. They really do.
He did.
So good, right? Okay. Now, this is in a movie theater because you know what?
Oh my goodness.
Ain't nowhere in the world safe from Kens and Carrots. Okay.
Dang.
It's in a movie theater. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Listen.
this theater.
So let's
Why
find
do you
yours.
have to have mine?
It's not your
Go
seat.
away.
That's not
I pay my money. I have a right to it.
sit in your seat. Correct?
Yes,
that's
my
not,
seat.
That's not your seat.
How can you tell it's not my seat?
Because your ticket has your seat number on it. Let's
Whatever.
find it.
Whatever.
This can be
Do your own
resolved
house.
in
No,
your
no, I'm gonna be an
argument.
asshole because you're being an asshole.
I am not.
I'm a patron here.
Okay, and I'm trying to
And
find
this
your
will be
seat.
the last time that I come to this imagined theater. All
Sounds
right,
great.
I paid
That
my
sounds
money.
great.
Does
Please-
anybody
please
here
don't come
think?
First of all,
The world, it doesn't matter. That's not your seat, sir. It is.
how can you tell? Because your
Right.
ticket has your seat number on it.
It doesn't matter. I'm like, what?
I'm not coming back to this imaginary theater. Wait, it's imaginary now? You seem
These
very
people are a
determined.
mess. I mean, come on. Just anything to just be wrong and just want to stand there and just oh boy.
Right?
Go ahead.
Like, bro, are you out of your mind? Like, dude, you're in the wrong seat. You go, oh, sorry, my bad. Where's my seat? And you go sit in it. It's a theater. Like, it's not like it's like a concert hall. You thought you had front row, but really you're over in the bleachers. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
everyone can see the screen about equally. You're gonna be okay. I promise. Right? Like, this is a little much. Right? It's okay. Let's keep going.
This is actually a thing where it's like it doesn't matter where you sit. It's not assigned seating.
It is. Go sit in your own seat. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Please, sir, let's find your seat and we can start. the
No,
meeting.
I'm not going to.
Then I'm going to ask you to leave.
You did like 4 or 5 times, and that's why now we have this service. Because some other people can't just be like, you know what? I could sit right here.
Sir, we're not doing this.
One seat off.
We're not doing
One
this here.
seat off. So if I were to move over one seat, everything would be okay.
Sir,
Is that what you're saying?
you're just
Is that what you're saying?
listen?
Does that mean?
Are you gonna listen?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Be my pest.
Okay. At this point, you are disrupting the show for these fine folks. We're gonna ask you to leave. We'll get you a refund though. I'll be nice and get you a refund.
I don't know. I might want to be taken out in handcuffs now.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Oh my God! He wants to get taken out of handcuffs now.
He wants more attention. Wow.
He really wants that attention. You know what the worst part is, Char, is what he just said right there. He said, "What? So if I move one seat over, then he'll shut." So you know where your seat is. You know where your seat. All of your lies about this is an assigned seating. You can sit where you want. You know where your seat is, and you know that you moved one seat over so you could be front and center instead of slightly to the side. That's what this is. That's what this is. It's for one seat over. Like that's like not even a foot. Like oh my God.
Shame.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
I paid my money. I don't understand why it is. If I sit over here, one seat, it's okay, and everything is right with the world. But if not, the world stops and everybody gets upset.
Sir, let's go. I'll be nice and I'll get you a refund.
I want more than just a refund.
Okay.
Can I get a drink?
We'll take care of you.
Fine. And then I won't come back.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure everybody knows about this shit.
Okay. I appreciate that. I don't want to be in your way, but we do need to go.
I'm capitulating because I don't want to watch the movie now. You ruined it for me.
Oh.
Because of your silly ass rules.
Right.
Oh boy.
Yep. Yep. That's why.
I still think I'm being the bigger person here. Yeah. They said they paid $900 for it.
That's the problem. You're doing too much thinking.
Right?
Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy your movie.
Well, they will now. I mean, I gotta say he is the bigger person in at least one way, Char, because that is a big boy. I give him that.
More than one way. Okay.
Right? Like this man, I still say I'm being the bigger person. Like,
okay, you win, sir.
No, you would have been the bigger person if you had taken your sorry self and moved over the 1 or 2 seats or whatever and put yourself back in your seat that you didn't want to be in, but you knew that that's where you belong. Then you would have been the bigger person, I guess, right? And you moan and complain to your friends or something, but you don't do all of that, including say you better put handcuffs on me. I want to be taken out of handcuffs.
I think I want something else. I want more.
Right? I love them. No, seriously, Kens and Karens are amazing. Right? I mean, first we have Ken and Karen civics class that tell us about, 7 acres and a mule. And then we have not 40, 7 acres and a mule, right? And then we have another masterclass in Ken that tells us that even if your ticket tells you exactly what seat you're supposed to sit in, that you are allowed to sit wherever you want because there's no assigned seating. So assigned seating, it means something else. I don't know what, but it means something else.
Yeah, he changed it. Yeah.
I love this. I'm learning so much from Ken today. Okay, so now we have a Karen who has decided that she's going to flip the script. You aren't going to be recording her. She's going to be recording you.
Okay.
See how that works out.
I'm asking you to leave as well. I'm telling you to get out of my face. I need the name of the store owner, since this is privately owned. It's Prime Communications. I already told you that. So get out of my face. Excuse you. I need you to leave. I'm not leaving. Ma'am, I need you to get out of my face. I'm not leaving. Get out of my face. Stop it. Are you gonna hit me? Stop it. Are you gonna hit me? I'm gonna call the police. Get out of my face. Ma'am, get out of my face. Don't touch my phone. Get out of my face. My phone. Get out of my face. You're really testing me right now. I'm gonna slap this woman.
She being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And she losing it.
Right? I'm gonna slap this woman. See, this is the thing. Karen and Ken, they're unaware that people are tired of them. That's what I think is amazing, is they're unaware that they're starting to push their limits. Okay. We're getting to a bad place, y'all. We really are. So I wanted to show that one before I show this now. This happened in, I believe it's, Chicago Transit. Okay. So this is a Chicago Transit employee. I'm telling you, they're tired of y'all. Ken and Karen are ruining it for everyone else. They are tired of y'all. They don't care about your feelings no more. They don't care about customers' right anymore. They don't care. They are tired of y'all. They're tired. Tired. Okay, they're not even trying to be the bigger, better person. They're not, because they're tired of y'all. Okay, so if you don't want bad things to happen with these poor customer service people, we need to start standing up for the customer service people when we see Ken and Karen acting out, because that's clearly, it's taking a toll. Now let's take a look here. I'm not suggesting that this is an appropriate response, mind you, but okay, listen, people need to stop feeling so entitled, walking around thinking they can act any way without any type of consequence. So let's take a look.
No! Sweet, baby. Why are you doing that? No! Sweet, baby. Why are you doing that? Sweet, baby. No! He wants the basketball! Get the fuck out of Stop! Stop!
Hell no, boy.
CTA, you better beat him.
Nah, hell no, folks. No, hey, TG, folks. TG.
Oh, no, he ain't playing now. You see that gun in his
Boy,
hand? He ain't playing with you. They're tired.
Yeah, that happened this morning. And what I read, they didn't have any video to it. I'm like, dang. But yeah, that happened this morning. And that was ridiculous. Now, they want to charge the man because of he shot him while he was fleeing. And he wasn't supposed to have a gun. So you know how if you just got anything going on with you, they will
Yeah.
put some charges on you. But yeah, you have to be careful. You messing around with these people, and you you just can push just the person too far, and then you play stupid games. You get stupid prizes.
Right. Again,
Yeah,
not saying that it's okay, but the man already had a gun. He was already telling you what you need to do. Now,
right.
I'm not suggesting, right, that him having the gun was right, but what I'm saying is you deciding you want to both humiliate and injure him and shove him to prove that you're stronger than him when he is the one with the gun probably wasn't the best. Again, the man has a gun. Do you know normally people who bring guns onto like transit and stuff like that are people who've already been assaulted on transit, right? They've already had these bad situations happen to them, and now that's why they are in this place where they feel the need to protect themselves. They're gonna react. uh,
Hmm.
and unfortunately, a lot of these companies they don't have benefits like that getting you free therapy and da 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 da. Y'all need to stop playing with these customer service people. I'm just saying, y'all need to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to end on the saddest one. Uh, y'all need to stop playing with these people. So we are gonna end with the Burger King employee getting slapped because, again, like I said, if y'all think that what you're doing is reasonable, remember this: whoever you're dealing with in customer service probably just dealt with Ken. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Okay.
Get jail for robbery and stealing stuff. So she needs to get the out of here before I get her put in jail for the rest of her life. Sir, you are on camera right now.
Yeah, that really
Before
happened.
I get her put in jail for the rest of her life. Sir, you are on camera right now.
But just
Wow.
that's so brutal. Like it was such a quick clip, but that's why they showed it like 17 times. Cause it's like you have to remember, just because you wouldn't do it doesn't mean there's not Kens and Karens out there who are so entitled who feel they can do whatever they want to do to whoever they want to do it to. Right?
Right.
Imagine you just got slapped in the face like that. There's nothing you can do. It happens over and over and over again. Right? The next person who's gonna come and test you, that might be the time you snap, right? That's why I can't be mad. I'm not that mad at the last guy because I'm like, I can imagine because I know what I used to do as a teenager. You know what I used to do, Shar? I used to play games with these poor people. I did because you're a teenager. You can't do nothing to me. You can't tell me what to do. Yeah, that's right. We grown when you think you're better than me. Yeah, me and my little group of idiot friends. Yeah, we used to do that. I remember. I remember doing it very clearly. So I'm just saying, like, that was back then. Imagine what they're going through now between the teenagers, the Kens, the Karens, the
Oh my
COVID
goodness.
administration. Oh,
Right.
it's poor people.
It's bad.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Oh,
It
it's
is.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, good Lord.
Karen Ruby. I'm just saying.
Mm. Now, see if that guy had a little, power, he would have, been able to fight him back. But not
Mhm.
everyone can do so. But
Yeah, but he's the
okay,
one who will bring a gun to work because he doesn't have the power. He doesn't have
right?
the ability to fight back. And so he'll bring
Yeah.
a gun. So that way the next person who thinks, oh, he's not strong enough and whatever, well, you stronger than this? Right? Like he's the type, unfortunately. And so I'm just saying, stop playing with people, especially guys like him, because he is the one who's gonna bring a machete or something to work. So the next time one of you want to feel big and bad and beat up on someone smaller than you for 5 seconds, feel good about yourself, he's gonna chop your hand off with that machete. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I enjoyed myself. I hope you did as well.
Mm-hmm.
Next week we have Friday. We're going to continue our pineapple segment. And I told the young man that he can be my special guest because he has a lot to say, and I want him to be able to, you know, talk. Because when he first came on the panel, we were kind of concentrating on the pineapple, and he wanted to say a few things. So I'm gonna give him that time. So we may go over time next week, just to let you know. So get your drinks, your popcorn, and everything. Should be interesting.
Mm.
And Yeah, so I will see you all next month. Let's see, Friday, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Do tune in.
Mm-hmm.
And until we meet again, peace.
Cheers, y'all.
Hi, this is Char Willie from the JustAskChar Advice channel on YouTube. Join me every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for an open panel discussion. You'll find myself, Classic Ruby, and others giving our honest opinion, giving several examples, and problem solving. If you have an email for advice, you can send it to JustAskChar@gmail.com. Hope to see you soon.